All right, guys. So I ran across this article on Twitter, right? I got it from Shoe on Head. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her. She's a YouTuber that's pretty popular. I don't think she's conservative, but she's pretty popular. And she tweeted this article that I really wanted to make a response video to because it's absolutely hilarious. Okay. And this is basically like a column of questions on Slate, right? The website Slate, in which it's about sex, okay? And I guess you send questions to Miss Jessica Stoya, and she answers those questions, I believe. Maybe not. And she's a former adult actress, right? Just so you guys know. So it seems like she may be a expert in this field. And one of the questions that was sent that I just found absolutely hilarious. It says, my best friend said she's allowed to cheat on her husband as reparations for gender inequality. I'm not surprised at all, guys, because I mean, hey, this is just like, the whole like gender fluidity thing, okay? Once you go an inch, it's gonna go a whole mile. You're gonna get all types of gender identities and sexual orientations and stuff like that, right? It's gonna go on forever, right? Just like everybody's gonna be old reparations, right? Everybody's gonna be old reparations that was, feels like they were wronged historically, right? So they just feel like they can do whatever. It's an excuse for bad behavior, basically. It really is at this point. So let's actually read this letter. Dear How to Do It. My best friend insists on cheating on her husband. I told her that she should stop because she admits that he's been a really good husband whom dotes on her and tries to make her happy. She basically just likes sleeping with hotter men, which to me can't be a justification for infidelity because, well, isn't the point of monogamous commitment supposed to mean you don't do that? So basically, this woman, right, is, I guess, emailing about her best friend. I'm assuming this is a woman. She's saying that her best friend cheats on her husband because she likes to sleep with better looking dudes, right? So she feels like she's entitled to go out there and to cheat on him. Okay, let's read a little bit more here. Her husband knows it, and he wants her to stop because he's heartbroken. But he's too scared to leave because he's scared he won't get over her. And so this is the best situation he'll get in life. Bruh, you know what they call these type of guys? Simps! He's a simp, bruh, because she is for the streets. She's for the streets, man. That's what they say. That's what the young people say about women like this, okay? That like to sleep around. She is for the streets, and he is simping way too hard. And he's scared of custody duties too. If they were to divorce, I'm having a really hard time not shutting this friend out of my life for good because it feels like her moral compass is just backwards. I really feel sorry for him and have a hard time supporting her. She keeps insisting that women should be allowed to cheat because almost as reparations for the history of gender politics in the world, and I can't bring myself to agree. I feel like it should depend on the individual relationship and that cheating is wrong unless the other person has done something to deserve it. Her husband hasn't. She even likes their sex life. She just feels like she deserves to be with other men. So essentially, she feels like it's okay to cheat because of the history of, I guess, women not being treated equally to men. So she feels like as a form of reparations that she can cheat on her husband and it be justified. And look, my initial reaction to this is simple, right? Obviously, that statement is ridiculous because you're not owed anything. You're not owed anything in this life because others that came before you may or may not have been wronged. Okay? You got a group of people in this country, particularly black people, who feel like they deserve reparations for people whom went through things in the past like slavery and civil rights, even though they never actually went through those things themselves. Okay? But that connection there is a racial connection. What she's doing here, she's making a, I guess, sex or gender connection, right? Anybody that's my sex, right? We deserve reparations. Even if you're not a descendant of any of those women, okay, whatsoever, you have no relation to any of those women, okay, all those women were not marginalized per se, but because just the general mistreatment of women, we deserve reparations, right? Well, listen, I could make the argument that down the road, maybe men deserve reparations for the fact that we get screwed over in the court system when it comes to child custody laws, right? And child support. All the money that we have to pay out as men, because the courts tend to side with women in regards to, child custody and things of that nature. How is that fair, right? Since we live in a world of gender equality, right? Men and women are 100% equal. Why do the courts keep siding with the woman, right? We should be owed our money back. We should get reparations for all the child support that we paid over the years, right? I mean, if she wants to use that argument, we should get reparations, okay, for that, okay? You know how many men's lives have been screwed over because they had to pay child support for 18 years? And a lot of the time, it's not even just child support. You're paying spousal support as well because the ex doesn't even want to work. They don't even want to work. So it's like, oh no, you got to pay for your kids and you got to pay for me too, right? A lot of men get screwed over by that, especially a lot of these celebrity men. They end up taking care of their ex-wives, okay? Because they don't want to work. They don't want to do nothing. Talking about they need $100,000 to take care of a child. Like what? That sounds like systemic sexism to me, right? Systemic sexism against men. That's what that sounds like to me. I was just reading about Alex Rodriguez, how he had to pay his wife $115,000 a month in child support. $115,000 a month. He has to pay that for 18 years. That man deserves reparations, right? If somebody deserves reparations, it's that guy. Because he's getting screwed left and right, okay? But I mean, who knows? The tide could be turning on this whole child support thing in terms of men getting screwed over. Because apparently Kelly Clarkson is on the hook for almost $200,000 a month that she has to pay in child support to her husband, right? Her ex-husband. That's what I was seeing. So, I don't know. Maybe the tide is turning on this. So again, I mean, to me, this thing about I always deserve something because I'm a victim. We can play that game because men, again, have been screwed over a lot throughout history. I mean, look at right now what's happening with how the Senate basically is moving towards trying to have women be a part of the draft, okay? Because, again, gender equality. So should all the men that were drafted back in the wars of the past that died, should their families receive reparations because women weren't drafted, right? Should they receive reparations for that mistreatment? Okay. There's a lot of things and disadvantages that men have in life and things that men have to suffer through that I could argue that we need reparations for. Okay. So I don't think that your argument that you deserve reparations because mistreatment of women and that your reparations is, well, you get to cheat on your husband is valid. But at the same time, I'm one of these people, guys, I don't really like to get super involved in other people's relationships. This guy right here obviously is simping, okay? He's simping, right? Simping hard. He's afraid to go out there and, try life with another woman, right? He's afraid of that, apparently, because he doesn't think he can do better, right? Hey, that's a common feeling among men, but you got to get over that. However, it's his fault because he's the one that is condoning this. He is choosing to stay in this relationship, right? And I will use another word to describe him staying in this relationship because he knows his wife is cheating on him. He knows his wife is getting her cheeks clapped by another man, and he's just like, I gotta stay in a relationship. I'm scared. There's another word for those men, but I can't say it on YouTube. He's at fault, right? He's at fault, okay? He's at fault because he chooses to condone this type of activity. But no, you cannot cheat on your husband as a form of reparations. I think that is absolutely insane. And this is, again, a product of our super woke culture. I don't even know if this is actually true. It probably is. I would not be surprised. Okay, I would not be surprised. Okay, considering how liberal Slate is and how liberal a lot of our society has come when it comes to these issues. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.